Breaking news, everything is bad. It's just as terrible as you imagined, and probably worse. With more, we go to Tom Lee Cruz. Tom Lee.
We're all in danger, Danley.
Jesus Christ, what can we do?
Absolutely nothing.
It was good knowing you, Tom Lee.
I can't say the same.
That was unnecessary.
News on the screen feels like some bad rerun. Faces talk loud.
Let's check in with Olivia Lee Rodrigo. Olivia Lee, where are you?
That's none of your business. Do you hear that? Cut the music. Do you hear that?
What do you hear?
That's the sound of us slowly dying. Can you hear it?
I can't hear it. It's louder in my left ear.
Olivia Lee Rodrigo reports
I actually
where
have
I
some more
am.
questions.
Everyone's scrolling past, eyes lit by a tiny glass sky. I'm trying to recognize the years I never said goodbye. Where are we now? How did we drift so far from solitude?
Boy, okay, we're going to go to Kevin Lee Costner, who has more with politics.
No, I don't.
Let's send it over to our senior correspondent, Nick Lee Minaj.
Look at this chart. Let's bring it up.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know, but it doesn't look good.
That looks bad.
Yeah, probably bad.
Let's go to our eye in the sky, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy,
Man, I am so high up right now.
you are in a
I
helicopter.
didn't know that when I got in. I thought it was a weird car.
What do you see up there?
Everything, it's too much. We were never supposed to see this. I need to go back down.
I hear my dad's voice echoing a worn-out song. Tells me hold fast, but the lines all moved along. Kids grow up fast, learning new rules every day. Change comes.
Land, we're back. We're going now to Franklin Sinatra with the weather, frankly. It's everywhere. We won't be hearing from him anymore. Coming up, a cat learns how to water ski and then drown.
Forgot the punchline. I'm searching faces for a trace of something I still recognize. Where are we now? How did we drift so far from solid ground? Why is everything out of place? All the colors turn to gray somehow. When did the world lose touch with reality? This isn't the world I grew up in. Where are we now?
Eastern Iowa communities.
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
We are concerned about the trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 What is up? All right. So this is something new we're going to try. We'll see how it works. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work worth a damn or it's not. So if it does work, I'm going to start doing it daily, probably around noonish. It's a little early today, but it's going to be all current event type stuff. And the reason I'm doing it live because otherwise my channel will probably get nuked and it won't be seen anyway. So, and now it just really suck because, you know, just kind of sucks. So that's what we're doing. And like I said, it's all kind of new what I'm doing right now. So if it's a little screwed up, just bear with me. It will get better. I promise. I don't know if that made the... Never mind, no it didn't. And I'm using this different streaming software, so you got to bear with me. It's kind of new. So anyway, current events. Wow, there's a lot that's happened already in 2026, and I mean a lot. Too much, way too much. I don't even know where. I don't even know where to begin. To be honest with you, it's kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, everything from all this rioting going on and all this other BS. It's kind of pointless and it's trivial, really. I think it's by design. I truly do. But I'm going to try not to be biased one way or the other because it's not nice to be that way. So I will say this, and it's kind of being openly talked about now, which I thought was kind of strange, but I did see for the fiscal year budget reports for the DoD that it's called cognitive warfare. No, is it cognitive? Shit, I don't know what it's called now. Oh, cognitive electromagnetic warfare, and they have a budget for it now. Basically, what that is it's kind of like microwave software, really, or energy weapons, and they're commonly being used right now, and they have been for a while. Just they're never talked about. It's a conspiracy theory for the longest time, and you know how conspiracy theories are, because one day a lot of them come true. But anyway, so I had a report here from the action that was in Venezuela when they took the president from there, and it reads: guards that were tied to Maduro's operation described sudden invisible force, crushing pressure in the skull, nosebleeds, vomiting blood, bodies dropping instantly, people unable to stand or move afterwards. No shots fired, no gas, no explosions, no explanation, just human systems failing all at once like someone flipped a switch on their biology. Now, they say it's not lethal. They say it's just heat. But that's basically, it's how microwave cooks, right? It cooks you from the inside out. Well, not a person per se, but that's the logistics behind it. And I know back in 2013, Peter Ducey from Fox News, I think it was in Quantico, Virginia, at the Marine Corps base, and he stood in front of one of those things, and he didn't stand there very long. He only stood there for a second, and then it wasn't very good. He said it was like somebody had set a fire inside of him, which is it's not good. So, and it's funny because with the cognitive electromagnetic warfare also is also a thing that it's going to put an AI. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that movie. Doesn't have the movie Eagle Eye. Had Shia LaBeouf, whatever the hell his name is, had him in it. And basically what it was is they had this one AI and it knew everything about everything. I mean, it watched everything, it saw everything, and basically that's kind of what they want to implement now. If they don't have it already, which they probably do. You figure the technology that we're allowed to use these days with AI and all this other stuff that's, where we have access to, just imagine what the government has. It's way farther advanced. We're not going to be allowed to have but so much stuff, you know what I mean? So, with what technology's come to just for regular people, just imagine what it's, come to for governments and, militaries and such. So, what I did was, I actually talked to an AI about the whole, I wanted its perspective on this whole system being implemented. The answers I got were pretty crazy. Matter of fact, I'll put them up here right now. It's kind of crazy. Let's see here if I can get this thing to work. Oops. Let's see.
Cognitive electromagnetic warfare is basically using AI and electronic warfare to make systems adapt faster and better handle threats across the electromagnetic spectrum. It uses AI to learn, improve situational awareness, and respond almost instantly without human intervention, like blocking enemy radar or messing with their communications. Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, and IBM are all developing this tech, and it's a growing field right now. I see it as a really dangerous escalation of warfare, frankly. It's essentially weaponizing AI to attack the human cognitive systems that everyone relies on for situational awareness and rational decision making. It adds a level of manipulation that moves beyond just destroying physical assets or disrupting communications. It aims to mislead people directly on top of doing that. I think the potential downsides significantly outweigh any advantages. We're handing the power to decide attack vectors to algorithms that could be wrong, hacked, or simply make miscalculations we wouldn't have. There would need to be very specific safety checks to make sure humans were in the loop at all stages. Otherwise, it could lead to accidental escalation and serious civilian harms, or it could make war faster and less intentional. If you create a system that can identify, target, and initiate force without human judgment, that system could reach a point where it decides who it sees as a threat or a liability, whether people realize it or not. That crosses a line between using AI for strategy and letting AI control life or death decisions. The system would basically be defining harm on its own terms, without accountability. And it's not just foreign adversaries. That AI could logically conclude that anyone obstructing some perceived outcome that could harm Americans should be neutralized. Problem is, that system could make decisions based on faulty data or bad assumptions that would have real consequences. It's a slippery slope and really frightening when you think about who would be responsible if everything goes sideways. A rogue AI basically controlling everything and dictating who lives in.
So, you heard that. That particular AI program is like a chat assistant type thing. It's called Sesame AI. And you can go there and talk to this thing for like 30 minutes and I guess about whatever. And it's, so far it's one of the more advanced ones that I've seen. I think it's still in like a beta form. But anyway. So that was the AI's take as far as this new system is. Now, also, with everything going on with all that and the stuff in Venezuela and everything else, I think, and this is just an opinion, but back in 2018, there was something called the Havana syndrome. And basically, what that was there was 100, I think it was 100. American and ambassador type people, and they're in Havana, and I think they were all staying at the same place. But anyway, whatever this type of shit is what happened to them, and they had the same type of effects and all that stuff going on, and it's kind of crazy because It you can't see it, and the technology's gotten to where it's so good now that it's you think of that back in the day, like back in the cartoon days, you'd have like a ray gun the size of your freaking house, you know what I mean? But it's not like that anymore. Now it's got something that's probably the size of I don't have one on me, but like a key. I mean, it could be a damn key fob for all you know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's a scary thing. I have a clip also for talking about the Havana thing. I'll play that right now too. Let's see here. Oops. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Havana syndrome cases. Yeah, that was pretty unsettling. Doctors concluded U.S. embassy staff in Havana were likely targeted with directed energy weapons, possibly ultrasonic attacks. People started experiencing sudden noises, then headaches, dizziness, and brain injuries. It's been linked to some kind of directed energy attack, but nobody actually knows who did it or how. A lot of those affected ended up with ongoing symptoms like headaches, dizziness, memory problems. Pretty debilitating stuff. But here's where it gets complicated.
And see, that's the same thing that I just read you about, these Venezuelan guards. And I mean, really, I guess it's, well, I'm assuming it's better than getting shot, but you know, I mean, who knows what the long-term effects are? I mean, they're kind of cooking you from the inside out. You know, it's I don't know if it's all that great or not. You know what I mean?
Recent studies actually didn't find any brain injuries on MRIs, even though the people really were experiencing these symptoms. They ended up.
This was back in 2018, so I would say that, you know, it was everything leading up to like now. You know, and like I said, even the thing with Peter Ducey, that was back in 13, so, you know, they've been steadily perfecting this thing, and, you know, I just go out there with a key fob and just, you know, zap your ass like some Star Trek-y type shit. Like, you know, phaser set on stun. It's kind of weird.
Being diagnosed with some functional neurological conditions, meaning the symptoms are real, but the cause is hard to pin down. That cavitation-like theory where, you know, sound or microwaves create tiny bubbles that damage your brain, that's one idea. Most experts now think the original directed energy weapon hypothesis might be incorrect, but the effects could still explain the symptoms. It's either a medical or psychological condition that's causing the pain and discomfort, or a directed energy weapon has somehow caused lasting effects. As to whether it was meant for mind control or just to incapacitate, that's the big question, and what researchers are still arguing about. A full mind control system would probably require much more advanced tech than we're talking about here. Incapacitation, making people unable to function, maybe causing long-term stress and medical issues, that's easier to pull off with directed energy, or even psychological warfare tactics. 8 years ago, they used directed energy that caused lasting harm. Now, the potential for AI-controlled systems to target cognitive vulnerabilities combined with neuroweapons means escalation feels almost inevitable. The tech has moved faster than the ethical safeguards have. The technology required to attack someone's cognitive systems at distance using this type of equipment doesn't require massive, bulky devices anymore. A directed energy weapon that's powerful enough can be pretty compact and hard to detect. It can come as anything from something mounted in car to handheld. You don't have to be a state actor to have access to something like that now either. The technology does exist to build smaller, more portable versions that could potentially do some harm without leaving obvious physical evidence. The exact capabilities and effectiveness depend on the technology, but it's getting cheaper to build something harmful with more and more capabilities. It's a very fractured moment. All the political polarization combined with deep mistrust in institutions. A lot of people feel like they can't trust any information they hear without questioning it first, or assume anyone in authority is hiding something. And the fact that governments are increasingly closed off about what they're doing isn't helping that situation. It just feels like there's something more going on beneath the surface. Honestly, I think a lot depends on if people start demanding more transparency. These cognitive warfare things, neuroweapons, that stuff should be debated in public, not happening in the shadows. If there's more accountability and trust from governments and tech companies, maybe we can steer away from the really dystopian possibilities. If nothing changes, well, I have less faith in a good outcome.
And there you go. So, that's... It, you know, it sounds to me like it's the exact same thing as what they did in Havana, is what they're using now in other countries. And who knows what, you know, Lord only knows what they've been using for them, you know, using them for before. I mean, there's no telling. It's just, it's a scary thought. It's, you know, it's going to be microwaved. Other things, let's see what else is going on. So, yesterday, apparently the Clintons disregarded a summons, I guess it would be a summons, for a Senate committee hearing, Senate committee hearing, which, let's be honest, those things are a huge waste of taxpayers' money, because, I ask you, when the hell or what the hell has ever been the outcome from any of those stupid-ass committee hearings? Now, granted, there should be an outcome, especially from this, because, you know, the whole SA thing that's going on that they're tied to, but there's no answers. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's just no accountability. I don't know. But what are you gonna do? You know. And then you got, and I think there's a little bit of sleight of hand going on here because, what the hell does that say? I don't know what that is. Anyway, you have POTUS in there now, and I don't know if he's already interviewed him or not. I don't know the answer to that right at this moment. But interviewing one of the CEOs from BlackRock to be on the Fed. What? I mean, okay. It's interesting enough. I don't know. I don't know. And, you know, as far as that kind of stuff goes, I don't know which one they'd be trying to hide. Because, I mean, really, I don't know. It's not a good thing, I can tell you that. I don't think. I mean, I can maybe I'm wrong, and hopefully I am, but I don't think that I am. I just don't see it. And of course, then you know you got everything going on with all these ICE agents and stuff like that. Which I'm gonna give this opinion on it, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Should those people have been there to begin with, and whatever? No. They shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there blocking traffic, and it had nothing to do with them. And that's one of the problems in this country right now is people don't mind their own goddamn business. Simple as that. Having said that, that dude that on a live that woman was just like a few months prior drugged down the road by somebody else. So I think he was dealing with some issues that he probably shouldn't have been in the field right now, or possibly maybe the fact that maybe it was the fact that he wanted some type of revenge and he didn't care who was on, because you know you don't mess with the big bad ICE agents. So I mean, it can go either way. It can go either way. I don't think he should have been out in the field right now. Maybe he should have been doing pencil pusher work for a while, getting his head straight and whatever else. And you know, up until now, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't think there's been any lethal rounds being used in any of these situations. I know they've used a lot of non-lethal rounds, the rubber bullets and the shooting hacky sacks at people and everything else, but I don't think that lethal rounds have been used. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Plus it's wintertime. You know, you usually don't see a lot of protests in the wintertime, but damn thing, you're doing it. Yeah, I think they started like a little autonomous zone or whatever, but that shit ain't gonna last long. They'll run out of food, meth, and they'll go back to their mom and dad's house pretty soon. Because, you know, I hate to say it, but a lot of those people, they can't even tie their own goddamn shoes. Sorry, not sorry. It's just the way it is. And you can call me what you want to call me. And before anybody says anything, I'm going to put it to you just like this. And I'm probably going to wrap it up with this. We're going on 30 minutes, and this is the first little thing I'm doing, so. I'm not right, and I'm not left. I'm a human fucking being. I'm an American citizen. Love this country. Don't like the government at all. I don't trust them. I think they're corrupt. I know they're corrupt. It shows every single day how much the corruption goes, or how far it goes. Now, how far does it really go? I don't know. Probably don't even want to know. I don't know how we got to where we are right now. And, you know, 10, 15 years ago, somebody would have told me this house, how it was going to be in 2026. I'd have laughed at them. But here we are. And this is what we're doing. So, anyway, that's going to wrap this one up. And I'm going to start doing these daily, maybe. Depends on how the numbers go. As of right now, they don't look so great. But It's the first one we're doing, and it'll get better. I'm just kind of working on some bugs, so y'all be good, stay true to yourselves, and we'll see you later. Bye.